WhyGuru, 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 WhyGuru,
WhyGuru, WhyGuru Sahib Jiyo. Satgur ayo saran tuhari, मिले सुख नाम हर शोभा, चिंता लाहे हमारी। अवर न सूझे दूजी ठाहर, हार प्रयो तो द्वारी। लेखा छोड़ अलेखे छूटे, हम निर्गुण लेहो उबारी। सदबख्शंद सदा मेहरवाना, सबना दे अधारी। नानक दास संत पाछे परियो, राख ले हो एहो बारी, राख ले हो एहो बारी। गुरु प्यासा सिंह रमत के फतेह बानी जी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। We're very blessed today. We're going to spend quite a few hours talking about Guruji. Yeah? It's very lucky in this world of Kaljug, even in our families, even in the Gurdwara sometimes, we don't get to spend that much time talking about our Guru and being able to discuss what he did. This week we're going to talk about Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, their Shaheedi, and then also Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji coming in, their son, and what they did over their time. So, obviously last week we covered from Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, from Guru Angad Dev Ji to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. Yeah? Lot of period of time. So it was fairly quick. What I was trying to say by that is, it's very hard to sum up Guru's life in half an hour per Guru. Yeah? There's beyond stories, beyond Kirpa that Maharaj has done, so many different things that they did, that you can never even get to the end of just one. So the point of this course is, like it says this, basics of Sikhi, yeah? Just to give us a little feeling for when they were born, what they did, and when they moved the Gurgaddi on. But they've never gone anywhere really. They're still here. They're still doing Kirpa. Many people have met the Gurus. So when we talk today about Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, just bear in mind, although they were Shaheed, they haven't gone anywhere. Yeah. Anybody who believes in what Guru Sahib is, what they represent, the light of God, and the message they talked about was that there is no death. Their own life and the way that they gave the Shaheedi proved that physical death doesn't even exist. It's just a mirage. But there's no such kind of spiritual death. That means that they're still here. Yeah. So the Sangat is Guru, and right now we can invoke that power of our Guru to come here and bless us, with finding out more about them. It's not enough to know the history of our Guru. You have to feel them in it, because they're still around. Otherwise, Sikhi will become like a history course. And this course is not a history course as much as it's trying to be a Sikhi for practicality kind of life. How do we use our Guru in our day-to-day life? In terms of, let's go through, right. So there's a picture, because of Guruji when they were young. Sometimes we forget, they were quite young when they became a Guru. They were 16 years old, when they were called from Lahore. Talked about last time when they were called from Lahore by Guru Ramdas Ji, when they were singing Shabad Azare, and they were called back. And they liked this instrument called the saranda. Quick summary, we talked last week, life stories, achievements of the Gurus, some quotes by them, famous parts and Shabads that they'd read. And then really, for me, one of the key things that a Sikh should know is how the Guruship flowed. Because that gives us a big teaching about how Maharaj kind of evaluated the Sikhs. In a way, we're told in Japji Sahib that we're all being evaluated at all times. Yeah? Karmi karmi hoy vichar. And right at the end when we sing the salok, every program finished off with a salok. And then it says, karmi apo apni ke nede ke dur. It's on our own actions, who is closer, who is further away. So Guru's actions as a Sikh then determine how close they were to that Gurgaddi, that light. The achievement of becoming the light of God on earth. Now, this is a good question, we don't even ask ourselves now, why would someone become a Sikh today? But back in those days, what would be one of the reasons that people become a Sikh? Obviously, Guru Sahib themselves, they were inspirational, very spiritual leaders, yeah? The word we use for them is Sache Padshah, the true king. The king of this world and the king of the next world. We have no concept that Maharaj's powers only extend to the physical realm, yeah? They are physical kings as well. They ruled over the Sikhs. At that time, the Sikhs didn't listen to worldly laws as much as they listened to Guru Sahib's laws. But also Gurbani, what they wrote, their words, their poetry that they wrote, it was so touching to the soul that a Sikh would wake up in the morning and long to read Japji Sahib. They wouldn't feel normal until they, like sometimes, if you wake up in the morning and you haven't sort of, brush your teeth or wash your face, you don't quite feel right. Yeah. But if you live this life, then until you've read your part, it doesn't quite feel right. Nothing feels normal until that time when you had that dose of Guru. They experienced the Kirtan. They experienced the power of that Gurbani. And also they realized that Sikhi is revolutionary. Yeah? The Sikhs at that time realized this is not something usual that's coming upon here. This is a very unusual thing. Yeah? Maharaj is bringing some laws that have never been seen before. Equality amongst all human beings, men and women. Yeah? That kind of stuff that really people only dreamed about. One day the world might be like this. Suddenly Guru is saying, this is the day. This is that day that the world changes. Yeah? And it's a complete system. Why I say that? Because Guru Sahib is complete. We use the word all the time. If you've heard this word Pura Guru, Pura means complete, perfect. So they do make a perfect system as well. Yeah. Firstly, you've got their own cities. Guru Nanak Dev Ji making Kartarpur, Guru Angad Dev Ji building up Khadur Sahib, then Goindwal. Now Guru Ramdas Ji setting up Ramdas Sarovar, and now Amritsar, a building, a sort of hub for the Sikh community at that time. Taran Taran was made by Guru Sahib as well. Guru Arjan Dev Ji made Taran Taran. So now you've got cities being made. We've got our own temples, our own holidays. Guru Sahib's birthdays become our holidays. Yeah, when we give Khalsis, Gurpurvs that we celebrate. Diwali even people celebrate now. We'll talk about it afterwards. What was the reason in today's session? But the point is, we end up having our own culture being made up. Yeah, our own prayers. So not the Gayatri Mantra, it's now the Mool Mantra. Things like this. Yeah, language. When I say our own language, Guru Sahib's use of language becomes our language. When Guru Sahib is using the word Allah, it ceases to be the word just used by the Muslims. It becomes our word now. It refers to the one, not just conception of Allah being the Islamic conception that is outside of this world and not in the world, but that it becomes for us the power that's inside us. Yeah. Again, we've got our own lineage of the Gurus. The family of the Gurus is flowing in there. Now we're starting to find out, like somebody, not just lineage of the Gurus, but the lineage of the Sikhs. Bhai Mardana's lineage is still going on. Yeah, from that time. We've also got the lineage of, like Baba Buddha Ji and their, like people that were around at that time, their kids upon kids. Even Guru Angad Dev Ji's lineage is inside. Yeah, we've got later on Baba Binod Singh, who is like the descendant of Guru Angad Dev Ji. So all these families, these people, every person becomes a Sikh of Guru Nanak, Guru Angad Dev Ji, Guru Arjan Amar Das Ji. Their kids are becoming Sikhs. Just like we now are the lineage of our parents and the parents before them. There's a community there of growing of people who have always been Sikh their whole life. Yeah. You've also got musicians, a music culture, a culture of music, a culture of equality, our own mantras and our own preachers now. Yeah, people that we would follow in every town. 150 people we talked about, set up by Guru Amar Das Ji themselves, sent out to go and preach Sikhi. Yeah. Now you can imagine, like they're like put into job by the Guru themselves. Yeah. And Maharaj was not shy about spreading Sikhi. Sometimes we feel a bit shy, but they weren't. They knew what they were, and they knew this truth had to be spread. And also, you've got the actual spiritual enlightenment that Guru's Kirpa worked. It wasn't enough for this whole system. Like many of us now, including myself when I was 21, we saw the system, we thought it's great, but we never felt that Kirpa. We never felt that the system actually worked. That the theory that we discussed in week 2 of this merging with God, this theory of experiencing God, that this theory wasn't just a theory, it was real. It could work. Yeah. And every single person here, I would say, has access to that. We've been born into Guru Nanak Dev Ji's house themselves. Most of us are born right in that place where it should be there. So we have access to this power. It's not the case that just the people with the beards and turbans can connect to God. every single person here could. All we have to do is follow the system of Maharaj. Okay, and that it was the highest was the naam, that the saying God's name actually worked. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, maybe. No, saying WhyGuru, people felt their lives change. So a quick recap on Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. They complete Harmandir Sahib. Okay, again, just architecturally, our Guru taught us so much. Yeah, that you've got to go down to Harmandir Sahib. It's about the nimrata. To get to God, you must start by going down. Yeah. Then it's the 4 sides. Everybody's welcome in God's house. Then it's the one door. You got to go through it through love. Yeah. You can't get there just by anger or being the hardest man or whatever. You have to go there through love. And the foundation stone being laid by Mian Mir. Yeah. And then the Ard Granth. Now we're not going to talk too much about the Ard Granth now, because next week we just spend the whole time. Next session is going to be only about Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Yeah. So that'd be nice. Make sure you turn up for that, because that's our eternal Guru. Yeah. But we're going to spend 2.5 hours to discussing who's inside it, who wrote, how's it structured. So it's really important we turn up for that. But becomes revolutionary. That is an unchangeable new text. Yeah. There's been many Granths in the past in Indian culture, but now a new Granth has come up, one made by Guruji themselves. Okay, right, and in a new language, a new script. The Sikhs were used to it, but it wasn't something that the other people would have been used to. So you can imagine in the philosophical circles of India, there's like this, whoa, do you hear there's a new Granth? And it's not even written in Sanskrit. Yeah, and it's divided by music. It's amazing. So, and they slept on the floor for when the Ard Granth was on their bed. Yeah, I was a bit sad the other day. I went to a Gurdwara, and Guru Granth Sahib Ji didn't have a nice bed. And I remember when I was in Canada, one Singh was telling me that they had a rip in the page on one of the angs of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and some Singhs from this Sacha Sauda, a shop that came over to kind of and they said, look, you have to get a new saroop. This is very bird saroop, so we'll take care of it. And the way that the person spoke to Maharaj, and he actually told the family off before they're giving them a small bed. They said, it's your Guru, and you're giving them a small bed, and you sleep on a big bed. And then I noticed that there was a Gurdwara, they had like just a sort of cubby. It wasn't even like a room, it was just a cubby. And I was just thinking, where's our kind of concept gone, that where's Guru Arjan Dev Ji placing Ard Granth and sleeping on the floor? What's the difference? Ard Granth and Guru Granth Sahib Ji, is the difference only Slok Melanova and the Banis of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. It's essentially the exact same text. And Maharaj's bed wouldn't have been small. Yeah, Guru Arjan Dev Ji would have had a big bed, and they gave that bed up to the Ard Granth and they slept on the floor. So the satkar should always be at that level. It should be better than our bed. Yeah. And getting Gurbani from Baba Mohan Ji, son of Guru Amar Das Ji. That's the story we talked about. And then this is something we're going to cover more. But that when they were writing the Ard Granth, it's Sikh view that the Bhagats Guruji didn't just collect the Bani from Bhagats and Sheikh Farid and those people, that they actually came down. Yeah, though the same way that we say Guru Sahib is here right now, in the same way all those people that are in the Ard Granth, they all got mukti. They won't be in the Ard Granth and not get mukti. Yeah, so now those people, they're Bani. Those souls are living on forever, and those souls came back and gave their Bani to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. Okay, now there was a bit of a thing about the birth of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, right? The brother of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, he had hoped that Meherban, his son, would become the next Guru, because Guru Arjan Dev Ji had Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji when they were pretty old. They'd been married for many years, yeah, but no child, right? So therefore, you can imagine that Priti Chand thought, maybe my son can become the next Guru. But then along is born the son of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Har Gobind, yeah, and Priti Chand decides to try to. We talked about this, that Mata Ganga Ji went to Baba Buddha Ji, asked for that child, yeah, and the bachan of Baba Buddha Ji is what made Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji get born. Now obviously it's part of hukum that they were going to come anyway, but it's not the case that Guru Sahib's Sikhs don't have power either. The Sikhs have power because Guru Sahib puts his power inside them, yeah. And Baba Buddha Ji had blessed Mata Ganga Ji to have that child, and in 1595 Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji is born. Now, this is a shabad by Guru Arjan Dev Ji on the birth of their own son. Yeah? So it's nice to see that, isn't it? It's in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, but the fact that our history of our gurus is in Guru Granth Sahib Ji is even more important. Sometimes we don't link Guru Granth Sahib Ji to our own itihas. And this is Guru Arjan Dev Ji saying, look, I've been blessed, yeah? Sadhguru has given a gift, yeah? A union of long life has been created. Now, long life, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji was Guru for a long time, yeah? Just bear that in mind. From very young age, in fact, when their father was Shaheed, they were Guru for a long time. And he's come to acquire a home in the womb. His mother's heart is so very glad. Obviously, she'd wanted that child for a long time, yeah? A son is born, a devotee of God. Look, there's a famous kahawat. It's not in Bani, but it's a kahawat in Punjabi culture, that when a woman wants a child, as a Sikh woman, she would want one of three things. Yeah? Either that he becomes a bhagat, that he becomes a warrior, or he becomes a good person, seva, person who does a lot of seva. Those were the three qualities that a mother would ask for. Give me one of those, a warrior, a saint, or a sevak. So here, look, a great bhagat of God has been born. And the baby has been born, sorrow is dispelled, great joy is there. People sing Guru's Bani, that's pleasing to WhyGuru. Yeah? Because when we either pass away or we have sadness or happiness, we sing Bani. Yeah? And then Maharaj says then, this vine has grown and shall last for many generations. Look, yeah, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji's kul carries on. Yeah? Their grandchildren, their grandson is Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and then Chote Sahibzade, and then now the Khalsa. Maharaj says, look, Dharma is going to be firmly established by WhyGuru, and their mind's wishes are granted. Maharaj is carefree. The child places so much faith in his father. I speak as it pleases the Guru to have me speak. Now, what does that mean? Revelation. Yeah? The Maharaj is saying, I speak by God's hukum. Maharaj says, look, this is not a hidden secret. Guru Nanak is very pleased and is blessed is true. So they're attributing, when it goes to the beginning, the true Guru, Satguru, they're talking about Satguru Nanak. The Guru Nanak Dev Ji blessed them with that son. Guru Arjan Dev Ji now, Shaheedi. There was a famous video I saw just recently, and in Rakabganj Gurdwara in India, there's like a famous Gurdwara in Delhi, and they went around at a Gurpurb, and that was actually Guru Arjan Dev Ji's Gurpurb, and they went and asked the Sangat, so how did Guru Arjan Dev Ji achieve Shaheedi? And no one knew. It's a really sad thing. We know they were Shaheed and Sirtaj, and we know how they became Shaheed, the physical process, but we kind of don't know what happened in that lead up. What was the reason? And this is, again, history being blurred, history being just simplified until it almost becomes meaningless for us. As I said before, Prithvi Chand was not happy, okay? And they as a child, many times Prithvi Chand and his associates tried to actually kill Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. So there was a bit of a power struggle going on. Now, the political situation was quite important in the Shaheedi. Yeah, in 1606. So just recap, in 1595, yeah, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji is born, yeah, and in 1606 they Shaheed. 1604 is Aad Granth put up together. So literally 2 years after Aad Granth is made, Guru Arjan Dev Ji becomes Shaheed. So Guru Har Gobind Sahib is only 11 years old, okay, when they become the next Guru. 11, very young age. Oh, there we go. How? Okay. Now, political situation. Akbar had passed away. Yeah. Now remember, he was the king that had actually come to meet Guru Amar Das Ji and wanted to give them money. Maharaj said, no, I don't want your money. Yeah. And then he said, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do then. If you don't want money, I'll exclude all the Sikhs from giving any tax. Remember that story we talked about? They went to the Tiras, no one was paying any tax. Yeah. So Akbar was quite liberal, but his son Jahangir becomes the next king, and he's a bit fundamentalist. Okay, so there was this Islam, like we said before, Guru Nanak Dev Ji said to us, that there is no Muslim, there is no Hindu. So what you've got is people that are extreme and people that are not extreme, just people. We have to deal with the extreme people in a different way than we deal with the liberal people. Okay, liberal people are our friends; they're on Dharam side. The ones that are extreme, they're against they're against goodness in general. So Khusro, he is the son of Jahangir, and he's a challenger to the throne of Jahangir. Yeah, and when he comes to ask, basically he ends up asking Guru Arjan Dev Ji for help on his escape. He kind of gets away from Delhi, and what happens is that Guruji helps him and they bless him. They give him a tikka. Now Khusro is quite famous. They had the Mughal, the Mughal art gallery. They were talking about him. His sword was there. I saw his sword there, and I wonder if he was wearing that sword when he met Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. Because we don't know, innit? Our history wasn't mentioned in that exhibition whatsoever. Yeah, but Khusro goes to see Guru Arjan Dev Ji. He's more liberal, but unfortunately Jahangir remained in power, and basically he wasn't very happy with this fact that what Guru Arjan Dev Ji had done by blessing his son, and he became king in 1605, so 1 year before Guru Shaheedi. Now the thing is what you'll notice in history is when a new person comes into power, in fact you know about this in your work, when a new boss comes into power, the first thing they do is throw their weight around quite a bit to let everybody know that they're the one in charge. Yeah, that's how it works, right? So same thing happened with Jahangir. Yeah, he wanted to make a stamp, show that he was going to make a difference. He was not the same as his dad. So what happens is that's the first part. Also, there's a bit of jealousy from the Muslim sides. The people that are the leaders of the Islamic faith at that time, the Maulvis, the Ghazis, they're becoming a bit jealous of the Sikh Panth and what it's doing now. Here's a quote here. Sorry, the bottom bit isn't coming up on your screen. Somehow, I think when the slides translate into this, it cuts the last line off. So this is a Sheikh Ahmad from Sarhand. Sarhand, the word means Sir Hind. It means the head of India. So when they came into India, that was the last staging post. As in, this is now you're entering India. And what he says is, look, the execution of that kafir of Goindwal, look, they're calling Maharaj a kafir back then as well. Nothing new. They say, with whatever motive, it means by any means, yeah, is the act of the highest grace for the followers of Islam. That's pretty much the thinking of a lot of militant people within Islam. Yeah, they have this mentality. So what happens is, and there's another side, there's a third row. So just remember, there's three parts. There's Jahangir trying to show himself as to be a more hardcore person. The Muslim rulers the Muslim sheikhs at that time not very happy with the rise of Islam, Sikhi, and then Chandusha. Now, who is Chandusha? Basically, this is an important idea of the Sikh versus, not the Sikh versus the Guru, but the Sangat and the Guru, the interaction. Because Chandusha, he'd wanted to, somebody said, look, marry your daughter off to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. Yeah? And at that time, the proposal had come then. First, he'd laughed at it when the idea was proposed to him. But later on, he did actually send a proposal for his daughter to get married off to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji. Yeah? Now, Guru Arjan Dev Ji was told by the Sangat, Maharaj, don't do this. This person is a nindak of you. He's cussed you publicly. And not only that, it won't be right for our next Guru to marry to his daughter when he's not really supportive of the Sikh cause. Yeah? Now, this is what I've said here, right? That the Guru is 20, Sangat is 21. Now, in India, like we say 100%, they say 20 out of 20, right? So, means 100% for them, right? So, in Bani it says, 20 pisve Guru ka man mane. Yeah? 20 out of 20, you accept what Guru Sahib is saying. So, at that time, Guru said, I am 20, but the Sangat is actually 21. Ikki is the Sangat. And Maharaj took the Sangat's proposal, which said, don't marry off our Guru, and they accepted that. So they refused the proposal now from Chandu. The thing is in those days, it was no small thing to refuse a marriage proposal. Not at all. Yeah. If you refused, then there was something wrong with the woman, with the girl. And it was a slight upon her, and it was very likely that she might never get married again. Right? So it was a big step for Guru Sahib to take, but he had to take it because of the actions of the father. Okay? It wouldn't be right for the Sikh Guru to be married to have that person as a father-in-law. So, Chandu gets very offended. Although it's his own actions, you can see nowadays, in even all our communities nowadays, even though somebody is in the wrong, right, their hankar says, no, yeah, I must be right. Even if you point out their mistake, they still react badly. So Chandu decided, that he's going to go and get revenge on Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji and Guru Arjan Dev Ji. So he goes and speaks to Jahangir and speaks against Guruji, says, look, Guru Arjan Dev Ji supported Khusro. Yeah, he was your challenger, your son, your elder son. Remember, Jahangir's older son was still not young. Yeah, because when he became the king, he wasn't very young himself. And in those days, he used to have kids much earlier. So there's only probably a 15-year gap. And also, then he made this charge that Ard Granth Sahib Ji criticizes Islam and criticizes Hinduism. So it's causing conflict, is what he was saying. And regardless of what happens to Chandu gets dealt with later on by the Sikhs. Yeah, but at this moment, Jahangir's reaction is actually noted down. Okay, he writes it in his memoirs. So this is a historical document from that time. Okay, and he writes down in his Tuzuk-e-Jahangiri, yeah, his memoirs. He says, in Goindwal, in Beas, okay, there's a Hindu named Arjan. Now, why I keep saying Goindwal? Because that was the major city at that time. Amritsar was just starting out. Okay, Goindwal was a major city that had been established by Guru Amar Das Ji. Okay, and Sikhs had been there for a long time. Okay, so he says here, look, there is this Hindu named Arjan. Now, why Hindu? Because Hindu is just anybody who's in the Indus, south of the Indus River, so Indian. Okay, in those times there was no religion called Hinduism. Even now, it's easy in one way, there is no religion called Hinduism. Yeah, what you've got are different paths within the Indian tradition. Yeah, you've got people that are Vaishnavites, you've got people that are Shivji worshippers, some people that are Hanuman worshippers, some people that are Devi worshippers. They don't have much in common at all with each other. If you look at somebody who is a Gauri Sadhu, lives in a cremation ground, eats human brain, drinks alcohol, compared to somebody who is like a sadhu living up in the mountains, or even just your average Devi worshipper who dresses up as a woman, they're miles apart from each other. Yeah, so there's no such specific religion called Hinduism. Yeah, what there is a cultural tradition, okay, loosely based around a number of different texts. Okay, so he says there's a Hindu called Arjan, okay, in the garments of sainthood and sanctity, so much that he'd captured many of the simple-hearted of the Hindus and even of the ignorant and foolish followers of Islam. So now many people have started to follow him. And here's proof, okay, that Muslims were becoming Sikhs at that time. So we're the only real major faith that have converted a lot of Muslims away from Islam. Okay, and that was a threat to them, especially Jahangir, who was quite hardcore. Okay, and they loudly sounded the drum of His Holiness. It's a shame we don't do that nowadays, huh? Maharaj is so amazing, but we keep him to ourselves. So they called him Guru, and all people crowded around to worship and manifest complete faith in him. They worshipped him. Yeah. And then look, he says next, for 3 or 4 generations, okay, the spiritual successors, the Gurus, had kept this shop warm. Many times it occurred to him to put a stop to this vain affair, or to bring him into Islam. At last, Khusro passed along this word. This insignificant fellow, look what he's saying here, proposed to wait upon him. Khusro stayed there, met him, and he came out and did homage to him. Yeah, he behaved to Khusro in special ways, gave him a tilak, okay, this mark of saffron he's saying here, on his forehead, yeah, and he's considered, so he blessed him basically. Now on the one side he's saying that Guruji came and did offerings to Khusro, but at the same time Guruji is now blessing Khusro. Yeah, so it doesn't make too much sense. The point is that actually Khusro was fleeing and he was looking for help. Yeah, and he met this Guru who he was looking for alliances. He met Guruji and he asked for his blessings. So this is Jahangir's own reasons. Yeah, but remember these three things exist: Islam, Jahangir himself, and then Chandu. Okay, and then when he heard about this from Chandu, and basically he decided to produce Guruji over, basically hand over everything he owned to Murtaza Khan, and then demand and confiscate him and command that he get put to death. So basically Guruji is then brought to Lahore in 1606. Sorry about this, I don't know why that. I think it's just different versions of PowerPoint. Maharaj came with 5 Sikhs. Okay, this is important to remember. Okay, these 5 Sikhs watch Guruji being Shaheed. Okay, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji is not there, right? And this happens in Lahore. Okay, now at this point, those 5 Sikhs go on to become the commanders in the Sikh army later on. Okay, so they're pacifist Sikhs of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Later on, they become warrior and they become generals in the army. Okay, so these 5 are there. Chandu was there, the Muslim Qazis are present there. The complaints are heard against Guruji, and a large fine is imposed, and they ordered to change Gurbani to favour Islam. Now obviously Guru Sahib is not going to change Bani. That's unheard of, yeah. But at the same time, right, they're asked to pay a fine. Maharaj just says no. Yeah? Why should they? They've done nothing wrong. So Guru Sahib basically says, my money is for the poor and not to pay off you Mughals. Okay, it's not for you. It's a bit of a shame that we don't think what our Guru's money is actually for. Yeah? Maharaj says the next, Gurbani can't be changed. And then so the Guru's ordered to be tortured and executed. Now obviously the order was to execute them. But this time Chandu was there and he wanted to humiliate Guruji. Okay, so that specific way that Maharaj was Shaheed, part of it was the humiliation that Chandu wanted to put upon them. And also the Muslim priests were hoping that they could convert him. They could convert him to Islam, and that would be a great victory for them. So Maharaj is then asked to sit on a burning hot plate. Okay, Tatti Tavi is what we call it in Punjabi. Yeah? Tavi means a big plate. Now when they make roti in a gurdwara, they use a tavi, big plate. They don't just use like what we have at home. So it was a big plate and it was heated up from underneath and they were cooked from below. Okay, and this actually happened. Also, then they put hot sand on the Maharaj from above. Okay, so they're basically torturing him. At that time, it's hard to actually think about this. You just imagine that at that time, Maharaj is there being tortured in front of his Sikhs, in front of people like Mian Mir, who is a Muslim, Muslim, the same friend of theirs who laid the foundation stone of the Harmandir Sahib. Mian Mir says to Maharaj, look who you are and look what these people are doing to you. They said, just give me the word and I'll destroy these people. I'll free you. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji at that time are sitting on Tati Tavi and they are saying, Nay, this is the hukum. This has to happen. Tera kiya meetha lage, har naam padhar nanak mange. They're saying that this is God's will. Now, firstly, if they're saying Tera kiya meetha lage, that means that Guru Sahib knows God's will. And we know that Guru Sahib must know God's will because he is God's representative upon earth. Okay, so they know this has to happen. That they have to show Sikhs, okay, how to stand up for their faith. Yeah, set the example. And also they know that they have to show that they can overcome this physical pain. Okay, that are sick. Just like years later we see Pai Mani Singh, yeah, laughing when their fingers are being cut off and they're saying, no, start here. That same example was set by Guruji. At that time, any Sikh would have wanted to free their Guru, right? Mian Mir was essentially saying to Maharaj, give me the agya and I'll do this. Maharaj says, no. Tera kiya meetha lage, har naam padhar nanak mage. So Maharaj sits there, and what they do next, okay, is that they read this Shabad out, which is what I just mentioned to you, but I'll read the whole Shabad out to you, because this Shabad comes in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Obviously it was in Ard Granth before 1606, yeah, when this happened. But why is it important to look at this Shabad? Because this is the Shabad that Maharaj leaves as a message to the Sikhs at that time. So you can imagine it's like the passing words, the last words of Guru Arjan Dev Ji to us. Okay? And they're preserved for us in our Granth. Maharaj says, look, Har ka naam hriday nityayi, sangi sathi sagla tarai. What that means? In your heart, in your hriday, every day just meditate upon God's name. Now, why did Maharaj start off with this? Because this is not just his sort of, he's going, but he's also giving us advice. Because Guru Sahib remains a Guru at that time, isn't it? So the last words to us as a Sikh is Har ka naam hriday nityayi. Daily do meditate upon God's name. And then Sangi Sati Sagal Tarai. You'll be blessed because not only you'll be saved, you'll save your friends and your family with you as well. This is seva of a Sikh. And Maharaj says, look, who is their Guru? Guru Ram Das Ji. Who is their Sat Guru? Guru Amar Das Ji, Guru Nanak Ji. They're saying, Gur mere sang sada hai nale. Simar tis sada samale. Sambalega tanu. He'll take care of you if you remember him. Now he's saying, look, you are sad for me because I'm going to burn Tati Tavi. Maharaj is saying, my Guru is here with me. Why are you worried? But at the same time, Maharaj is giving us a sikha. Yeah? That if you say his name, if you call upon him, he's with you. Because it's not just his describing his own state, he's just giving his advice at the same time. So, Gur mere sang sada hai nale. Simar tis sada samale. Then Maharaj says next, my Guru is with me. Tera kiya mitha lage, har naam padhar Nanak mage. Your actions are so sweet to me. All Nanak begs for is for the treasure of Naam. So Maharaj is teaching us that in this life, we have to accept the hukam of Akal Purkh WhyGuru. Follow our Guru by the first two hukams. The first two hukams are there, aren't they? Ki har ka naam rid nityai. Do Guru's hukam, okay? See Guru's is next to you, but then accept WhyGuru's hukam, yeah? As mittha. So then Guru Arjan Dev Ji, now what they try to do next is, to our Guru, is they plan to suffocate Maharaj and beat them to death, okay, by first sewing them into a cowhide. So they were going to humiliate him, yeah, because they hadn't converted yet. So they wanted to put him inside a cowhide, and then you're going to beat him there, so then he suffocates inside that cowhide. Imagine, kinne kamine se ge, hai na? Look how bad they're trying to be to Guruji, right, in front of their Sikhs as well. They want to really humiliate Maharaj. But Maharaj decides that they're not going to take this humiliation, yeah, that it's not going to be. Although they were going to go out, not like their son, but they were going to go. But they still said, "Ki this would not be right to submit the Guruship to this humiliation." The Maharaj does this. Maharaj says, "Let me have a wash in the river." It's right next to Lahore at that time. They said, "Let me have a bath." Now the Muslims were very happy with this idea, yeah? And Chandi was as well, because when you're being heated up and you're being cooked in that way, cold water is going to hurt. Because river water is not like normal water; it's freezing, yeah. So they're good. That'll torture him even more. So Maharaj said, "Let me have a bath before I go." Muslims, they thought, yes, that's great. So Guru Sahib's body never came back. Okay, Guru Arjan Dev Ji's body, Panjava. In fact, I was reading Katha, Kani Pindrapa was saying, he's saying, look, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's body was never found. Guru Arjan Dev Ji's body was never found, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji's body was never found. Yeah. Now in the numbers 1 to 10, those are the three significant numbers: 1, 5, and 10. And those bodies were never found. Okay? So Guru Sahib goes into the pani, but they don't come back out again, because they don't want that humiliation upon the Guruship. Yeah. So in Jait, okay, in May 16th, 1606, in that heat, because remember May is hot in India, yeah? In that heat, Maharaj and they just go and they're Shaheed. And Guru Sahib, they were Guru at 18 years old, and they were Shaheed after 25 years as Guru. So remember, their son was only 11, so they were Guru for a long time before they had their son. Okay. And now, who is at that time? Those 5 Sikhs are there. Before they go into the river, they speak to those 5 Sikhs. Okay. And out of one of those 5 Sikhs is I got their names next. One of those 5 Sikhs is by Bidhi Chand, who then becomes one of the great warriors of Guruji's Guru Har Gobind Sahib's battle. Maharaj says, now, remember that famous we hear, the Guru Sahib said, "Tell my son to sit on the throne with the 2 swords." That was a last bachan to those 5 Sikhs. Okay. So Maharaj says, now the next Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji is to sit armed and is to keep an army, Akal Sena, the army of God. So this is Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. So then, take a minute, just think. It's important to remember that Shaheedi. And I'll just mention something, that when I was out in Canada, I met somebody called Baba Jaswant Singh. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's called Bhagat Ji. It's a scholar of Bani, scholar of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. He's somebody who lives it day in, day out. And he's very keen on how to do the pronunciations on properly Maharani wise. They've got a website called gurusevak.com. You can check out their readings on there. They've got the whole Guru Granth Sahib Ji. They've gone through years and years of painstaking research to get in the new prints, a lot of the mistakes are made. But whenever you meet Baba Jaswant Singh, what he does is he says, close your eyes, cover your ears, and then he goes through the story. Yeah? And he talks about what's happening at that time. And he gets you back into that mood of being there in Lahore when Guru Sahib is being tortured. And he's saying, look what's happening. And he gets you to think, imagine that Guru Sahib is being tortured and feel the pain that Maharaj is going through, and yet Maharaj is not crying. No cheek from them. The Sikhs are crying, but Guru Sahib is not. And Maharaj is giving that physical, living example of how they should behave in the hukam. They didn't just say these words. They said these words 2 years before that. It was in Ad Granth. But they made it real. It wasn't enough to just say it. Maharaj made it real. They showed people that you can tera kiya meetha lage. Yeah? And the Sikhs did follow this. And you can imagine at that time, when you're listening to Baba Jaswant Singh, and apparently he's been doing this for years. But every single time he goes through it, it's like he's doing it again every time. So Sikhi is not enough for me to stand here, and I'm doing a poor job to stand here telling you these stories, in some kind of historical tradition. Yeah, these stories actually happen. 400 years ago, in 1606, this actually happened. Our Guru was Shaheed. Yeah, they could have got away with it. All they have to do was pay a bit of a fine. Yeah, change some words of Bani. But what would that mean? That would mean that Guru Sahib is not independent. It would mean that Guru Sahib hasn't got the guts and the ability to, stand like a mountain that cannot be moved. Yeah, strong as steel, steady as stone. That's the teaching that Maharaj wanted us to have. That's far more important than the actual physical body. That the Sikhs stay strong. Just take a quick break there for a second. Yeah. See, Guru Granth Sahib is not an idol. Idol can't speak. Yeah. No, but it isn't just that. You have to take. Okay, say the starting point of understanding Guru Granth Sahib Ji is understanding how Guruji treated Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Do you understand that? Like a Sikh couldn't decide that they know how to do something until if their Guru's already set the example. So if Guru Sahib treats his hair, like for example, many people would never touch their hair with hands that they've had food with, because that's one of the things that Guruji talks about, that your hair is like a gift from Guru. So you'd never touch it, just like you wouldn't touch Bani with sort of dirty hands. So like some people say it's alright, have some food or whatever, touch some Bani, but people would never touch Guru Granth Sahib Ji with hands that were dirty, right? Yeah. So in the same way, we have to look at our Guru's example. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji set the example already, right? That Guruji gets a bed. And since that time, Guru Granth Sahib Ji's always had the most ornate, like the best bed. So it's not idol worship because it's not a stone. Bani can give you enlightenment. The words of Bani, even if you're looking at Bani, yeah, it can give you enlightenment. There's so much power in Bani. So it's not a dead stone, it speaks. That's the first part. So it's not an idol. Yeah. Secondly, it's been given the status of Guru. So regardless of what we think, now that it's called the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, you have to give it the status that you would give your Guru. Yeah, that's it. It is your Guru, so you have to treat it like you would treat your Guru. Yeah, otherwise, it's not a Guru anymore, is it? So the only way to treat your Guru is to treat him like what we call him. Now we call him Sache Pasha. We say Rajan Raj, the King of Kings. We say in Bani all the time that Sajjan Sacha Padshah, Sir Shahan De Shaho. Just pass baithiye sohiye, sabna da vaisa ho. That means he's our friend, he's our true king. Now you imagine where we carry Guru Granth Sahib Ji on our head. You imagine how that floor is swept clean. That's all part of respect for Bani. Yeah. So there's no way that we can say that it shouldn't be treated better than what we are treated at home. So we've got a bed at home. So there's no way that Guru Sahib Ji shouldn't have, at least at the very minimum, better than what we have. Better than what we have. They have to have that because they're our Guru. So it's just, it's kind of saying to people that there is something to worship in Sikhi. Yeah, Guru is who you worship in Sikhi, and Guru is Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So you worship Guru Granth Sahib Ji. There's always somebody standing. Now Guru Granth Sahib Ji has somebody standing in attendance. Yeah, all the time. Right, in a Gurdwara. So Satkar of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the other way you can look at it is, how did anybody accomplish something in Sikhi? If you look at the saints of this century, last century, there's never been any saints, yeah, in Sikhi who have not given the utmost respect to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Look at Baba Anand Singh Ji. They said Guru Granth Sahib Ji is God. That was the simple vachan they said. Treat Bani like you would treat God. Treat with more respect than you would give to anything else on this planet. So, and in Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Hukum also says that if you don't get the Adab Satkar for Gurbani, you never progress. Adab Satkar means respect and fear in a way, So, yeah, I would say to anybody who wants to progress in Sikhi, treat Bani as your Guru, and you will get blessed. Because once you give something respect, then you'll spend some more time looking at it as well. Like, with your family, if you were to disrespect your parents, they wouldn't believe that you love them. Like you have, I don't know if any of you got kids, I've got kids. If my kids keep disrespecting me, but they keep telling me they love me, I'm not going to believe them. Am I? I'm going to say, you're just saying words. It's not true. You don't really respect me. So Bani says, there's a word in Bani which says, Jin man pao, te na man pao. Now the word pao means fear, and the word pao means love. So those that have fear in their heart, they're the ones who have true love in their heart. Because it's not just fear, it's respect. You don't love something unless you respect it. And it's true in our relationships. The minute we start to lose respect for somebody, then that love goes as well. It's very important for even in normal relationships, yeah, to make sure you keep the respect for each other. You know, it's not enough to say I love you. It's more important to actually treat them with respect. It's that famous Aretha Franklin song, isn't it? R-E-S-P-C-T, yeah. So we need to respect Bani, yeah, and that will build our love for Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Yeah. Now imagine Guru Granth Sahib Ji is coming down, and the Sikhs just stand there chilling. You know, what kind of a Sikh is that? That the Guru comes in, they don't fall upon their floor with their head to the ground. Yeah. You just think like, what is Sikhi actually about? Sikhi is about Guru. Sikhi is about worshipping Guru. And if you think, oh, it's not about worshipping Guru, you know when Guru Granth Sahib Ji goes, the hook, when you see, they sing that famous shabad, Jithe jaye bahe mera sat guru. Look, just listen to that. Jithe jaye bahe mera sat guru, so than suhava ram raje. Wherever my Guru goes and sits, that place is beautiful. That's what it means, yeah? Gur Sikhi so than palya, le tur mukhlava. The Sikhs look after that place, they take the dust of that place and put it on their matha. Yeah? So Guru Sahib's only stepped into a place, and the Sikhs are looking after that place, putting the dust of that on their head, because the Guru stood there. And it is Guru, isn't it? It's Guru Granth Sahib Ji, yeah? It is Guru, right? Then, Gur Sikhan ki khal thai pai, jin har naam te awa. The hard work of those Sikhs has now found a place in God. It's not been written off, it's actually been counted in God's court. And finally, Jin Nanak Satguru Pujya, Tin Har Puj Karava. Those who worship Guru Nanak, God makes the rest of the world worship them. Baba Nand Singh Ji Maharaj worship Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Now the whole world remembers him. There's Barsi even now of them all over the world. So don't fall into this modernist idea, yeah, that don't worship Guru Sahib just an idea, just a theology, just a philosophy. It's not. Guru Sahib is here right now. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is here. They haven't gone anywhere. So they're listening to their kahaniya, and they're singing, come on, the Sikhs, are you ready to follow me? You know, Maharaj is real, they're partak. So yeah, Guru Granth Sahib Ji is not an idol. Yeah, Hanji, go on.
Should I ask at the end?
Yeah, good ask now. If it's about this,
Yeah.
what we covered.
Chandu was Hindu, right? Not that much.
Yeah, Chandu was Hindu, yeah. It's not really, he wasn't a Sikh.
Yeah. But
Whatever he was. That's like I said, I don't really, my personal view is, you don't have to take it, but my personal view is there's no such religion as Hinduism.
no, there wasn't.
There's just different parts within
he
India.
wasn't Muslim.
Yeah, he wasn't Muslim,
He wasn't Muslim.
and he wasn't a Sikh.
And he wasn't Sikh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and
We don't know what religious practice he had. I don't know. Did you have a question, Benji?
You said he wasn't a Sikh, which led me to a very fundamental question. When were Sikhs recognized as Sikhs? I understand the teaching started with Guru Nanak, or probably a lot
Hanji.
earlier with the sons, but at what point was the identity of Sikhs as a religious community established?
The philosophy, some of the philosophies of Sikhi have been around, similar, the Sant Mat you might call it, yeah, been around. But with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the difference is that Guru Sahib comes as God's light upon the earth. So the difference is that when Guru Nanak Dev Ji steps upon the earth, then he's saying, I am Satguru. And whoever I bless will get mukti. So Sikhi, in terms of what Sikhi is now, is following Guru. So it's a cult of Guru Nanak. From that time, when Guruji goes into the river in 1497. From that point, when they go into the river and they come out and they're saying, look, river being, and they say, I am now Guru. From that point, Sikhi, they take on disciples. Before they didn't have disciples, and Bibi Nanaki is the first Sikh. So Sikhi starts from there. Now, in terms of how do Sikhs become developed by their own distinct culture, Kartarpur. In Kartarpur, that Guru Nanak Dev Ji makes Kartarpur. There is now a community of people that are reading Bani instead of reading anything else. So they've got their own distinct prayers. They've got their own distinct place of worship where Guruji is. They've got their own distinct kind of language. What Guru Nanak Dev Ji is talking about. Guru Angad Dev Ji then develops a script. So there's a distinct, community being cultured up by the Gurus. So from there on, you would say that there were people who were Sikh, and there's people that there were many other faiths around at that time. Like I said, there were many other philosophies around at that time, but Sikhi was growing and growing and growing, and then you see finally it becomes a threat to the Mughal Empire, which is why they start to revolt against Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. Because of Shaheedi. Sorry?
Were they identified by others as Sikhs? Were they referred to them as Sikhs?
They would be identified as Sikhs of Guru. See, the thing is nowadays we've got Sikhism, which isn't our word, is it? No, there's no Sikhism in Guru Granth Sahib Ji mentioned. So what Sikhi is following the 10 Gurus. So whether it's a religion or whatever you want to call it, it's following the 10 Gurus. That's all it is.
It's just when Jahangir's notes,
Yeah.
he refers to him as a Guru
As a Hindu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're suspecting, or does he just not know that they are Sikhs?
No, it's just to say that they're Indian.
Okay.
Yeah, that he's an Indian. There were many Gurus. Like our Gurus were our Gurus, but there's many people that were Gurus at that time. But just now, like in India, there's sons and there's deities of all types, and people going, I'm a Guru, this guy's a Guru, that guy's a Guru. There's loads of Gurus around. We follow those 10. And disregarding anybody else, we follow those 10, and now we follow Guru Granth Sahib Ji in the Khalsa Panth. So, yeah, the word Sikhism isn't the right word. It's Guru Sikhi. Or we call it Sikhi, but it's Guru Sikhi, whatever the Gurus taught. That would be Sikhi. Yeah. Sorry, did I answer your question or did I missed it?
So I understand retrospectively we say that around 14th, 15th century the roots were laid.
Yeah.
But my question was, at what point does the rest of the world start to recognize, which point in history was it recognized this is now a separate religion? Until when it was assumed?
When you say rest of the world, do you mean like the New York Times published an article about the Sikhs, or?
No, perhaps historical literature. What does it say about?
Well, you've heard of Jahangir. He said he set up a shop, and there were successes. So at that time, if you said, "Oh, I am a," what you would say, if somebody asked you, "What are you?" You would say, "I'm a Sadhguru ka Sikh," or "I'm a Sikh of Guru Nanak," or you would say, "I'm a Sikh of Guru Angad." Somebody else might be a Sakhi. There were many other gurus. They would say, I'm a Sikh of this person, I'm a Sikh of that person. But so the word Sikh means disciple. So it's hard to say what people would have called. They would have called themselves a Sikh of Guru Angad or Guru Arjan, or that's what they would say they were. And then by becoming a Sikh of Guru Arjan, you would then accept Guru Ram Das and Guru Amar Das, Guru Angad and Guru Nanak. Yeah? And you would identify yourself with whatever Guru Sahib said. So people were obviously aware, like we talked about Guru Ram Das Ji, that they were an orphan when some Sikhs went with them to Goindwal. And they would have known that these people are Sikhs of that lineage of Guru Nanak. Yeah? So that's what they would refer to themselves. Nanak Panthi is even a word that was used at that time. So they would say, this is Nanak Panthi, these people follow Nanak. Yeah?
WhyGuru,